Dubai, where the world's best triathletes have come to battle for glory under the relentless desert sun. A stellar cast led by two powerhouse women. Taylor Knibb has been to the last two Olympics and got silver at both. After 3 wins from 3 T100 races this season, can she top it all off and become the T100 World Champion? First or second will do. In her way is the queen of the 100K, Australian Ashley Gentle, who must first beat Taylor and then hope for divine intervention. Welcome to the T100 World Championships.
Taylor winning her 3 races is super impressive, and Ashley also always delivers. So it's really interesting to see and impressive to see how they can keep showing up throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can sum up the year in one word, but it's been great. It's been pretty consistent, but there's been a few little roller coaster dippers along the way, and I've kind of ridden them as best I could. And yeah, I've been really happy with the year so far.
Well, so I just need to finish second in order to win the world title. And so I feel like I have a bit more in control.
I'm realistic with myself. The odds are absolutely stacked against me. I'm definitely going into this as an underdog to take that world title. But I look at it as a one-off race where I'm like, just give it everything.
I feel like I have a bit more wiggle room, and I've done everything I can to set myself up to be in the best position possible heading into this race. But at the end of the day, you have to perform in the grand final.
It's the grand final. It's absolutely all in. So I'll be laying it all out there on Saturday, and I'll see where it lands me.
Well, this is it. 6 of the most brutal triathlon races on the planet are behind us, and we now find ourselves here amongst the glitz and glamour of Dubai, where the time is now for one woman to be crowned the first ever T100 World Champion.
On your marks.
And we can see that Taylor Knibb and Ashley Gentle to the right-hand side of your screen, starting next to each other. A big moment here for Ashley Gentle. Everyone is talking about these conditions suiting her. With Taylor Knibb starting directly next to her, you can see right now Ashley Gentle has just made the move to try and get over onto Taylor Knibb's feet. Rest assured, Taylor Knibb will be trying to swim away from Ash Gentle right from the start of this race. We have a very clear front group established here. Ashley Gentle is at the back of it. She's made the split for the first time in a long time. Sarah Perez-Sala, the one drilling it out in front.
This is a vital moment for Ashley. I mean, we can see from this image how high her stroke rate is. She's working incredibly hard to stay there, but there's a big gap back behind her, and if she were to drop off now, she's in no man's land. She'll have to do the whole swim herself, so this is a vital moment for Ashley. Sarah Perez-Sala, no swim skin, just doing it on her own out front. Flora Duffy, Taylor Spivey, Taylor Knibb. That is Julie Deron going in there. So she has made it. A little gap back to India Lee, Imogen Simmons, and on the back, crucially, Ashley Gentle's made it.
It's at this point in the race, T1, where we're used to seeing Taylor Knibb do Taylor Knibb things and ride away from the front of the field. This here in transition 1 is a huge moment as we see Taylor Knibb enter with Julie Deron, with Ashley Gentle. Sarah Perez-Sala already got her bike and is out. Can Taylor Knibb ride off the front of this race, or is today here at the T100 World Tour Grand Final a time where we finally find a crack in Taylor Knibb? Ashley Gentle and Julie Deron left T1 before Taylor Knibb. Who picked that today?
Did not have that one on my bingo card.
Right now at the front of the bike course, 7K's done. We've got 73 kilometres to go. The big 3, Julie Deron out in front, Ashley Gentle in second, Taylor Knibb in third. Taylor Knibb is about to make the pass right now of Ashley Gentle. So Taylor Knibb, she has moved up to second position. Ashley Gentle being with Taylor Knibb 7 kilometres into this bike course with Julie Deron still out in front. This is wild. Ashley Gentle, Julie Deron, they have made their way back up to Taylor Knibb. I almost don't believe what I'm seeing, and it's happening right here. Finally, someone is competing with Taylor Knibb, and it's her 2 main rivals, Ashley Gentle and Julie Deron.
As we see Imogen Simmons here holding onto a bottle, that she's obviously struggling to store because she's not allowed to put it down her top, and she must have not gotten rid of it in time, and now she has to hold on to this bottle in order to not get a littering penalty. That's not great, going over the bumpy technical sections. Oh, she's lost it.
You are just hearing Imogen Simmons has been given a 30-second penalty for intentional littering. Has Taylor Knibb just littered? That sign right there is the litter end zone. The bottle has winded up on the other side of the litter end zone. Ashley Gentle making the pass once again on Julie Duron. They really have been sharing the load. Very interesting to see whether this bike effort is going to be taking a toll on either one of these women. Have they ridden too hard, or are they within themselves? We've also gotten word, officially no penalty for Taylor Knibb. It was deemed as unintentional littering. I think that is a brilliant common sense decision.
Turning around now, here is Taylor. She's just coming in right now, dismounted that bike. It's got loud. What's she thinking about on this blue carpet?
She's going to be thinking about executing that transition as best as she can, smooth, carefully, and then getting out onto that run, ideally before the other girls see her.
Give us your opinion. What does she look like right now?
Yeah, she's not looking too bad. She's still got that helmet on. Let's make sure she wants to get everything in the box. She doesn't want to get any penalties here. So, yeah, getting those shoes on nice and smooth. She's looking, she's focused, and she is out. That was quick. So we've got Ashley here, getting through the transition, making sure she gets everything in that box. It's about taking your time here, being smooth, doing it all correctly. We don't want to get any penalties.
Different strategy. Taylor socks on, Ashley has to put her socks on. What benefited you the most?
Yeah, I always opted for putting them on the run, a fresh pair of socks. We've got Julie Derren, she's already out there and she's absolutely flying. Here goes Ashley. And Imo straight out there as well.
As we see, she has made contact with Julie Derren, and this is the moment we needed to see. She's gone straight past Julie Derren. I was surprised to see that.
Wow. Ashley Gentle hasn't just run up to Julie Duron, she's gone past her. This isn't just the battle for today here at the grand final. This is the battle for the overall championship. Can Ashley Gentle break Julie Duron? Can she catch Taylor Knibb? Taylor Knibb looks great. She looks like she's running extremely well. The fact that Ashley Gentle is eating into that gap shows just how fast Ashley Gentle is running. Both of these women extremely strong in the heat. Imogen Simmons growing up in the heat and humidity. Flora Duffy notorious for how strong she is in the heat. Flora Duffy has said that the only reason she's staying in triathlon is to try and be a T100 World Champion. She will be back on the T100 World Tour in 2025, the Olympic gold medalist. She is going from strength to strength, and to finish the season with a 4th place would be amazing.
Yeah, here we see Ashley Gentle. She is battling as she's going to slow to almost a walk here.
Yeah, she has given her everything. She's taken all the risks, put everything on the line to try and win this title, and now she's slowed down to a walk. Heartbreaking. Come on, Ash. Come on. It's a kilometre and a half to go.
Got to keep going. Got to get going again. Now she's going to have Kaidi Kivioya come past her here, and while she's a lap ahead of Kaidi, this could actually be really helpful for Ash. Oh no, she can't even get onto her. Come on, Ashley, take a second, catch your breath.
Oh, she's looking a little wobbly there, actually.
A little wobbly. We saw her holding her stomach. Hopefully she's just going to take a second to let everything settle.
You can see Ashley Gentle very clearly putting in one last big effort there, but it looks like it might have been too much. Julie Duron, clearly the stronger of the two athletes.
Accelerating, going past, and dealing back no love. The same that she got from Ash on the way out, she is giving back. There is absolutely no love lost.
Taylor Knibb, 200 metres to go. She's already won 3 races on the T100 World Tour, and today at Dubai, she makes it number 4 at the biggest of them all, the grand final. Taylor Knibb, you are a world champion!
Oh my God.
Julie Duron, 2nd place finish here today at the T100 2024 Grand Final in Dubai. What a season from Julie Duron. Another 2nd place, 3 2nd place finishes behind the great Taylor Knibb.
Ashley Gentle
courage from Ashley Gentle today. She put on a show. At one stage it looks like she was going to be the champion here today. In the end, fighting hard in the battle for the podium, finishing third, collapsing across the finish line.
I'm like shocked. I'm like very shocked.
At any point did you think that Ash was or Julie was going to take over you?
Oh yeah, like the whole race. Like 96 out of 100K.
At what point were you like, nah, this is mine for the taking?
With 500 meters to go. It was a nice last 2 minutes.
Yeah, super tired, but very happy, obviously. I thought I was gonna finish third, and then on the last lap, I saw Ashley coming back to me, and I just thought I have to go for it now, and it was a sprint for the last K, but I managed to grab another second place, and I'm super happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I set myself up with a really good swim, and I was just hanging on to that front group, and you know, those women are such fast swimmers, so I'm really happy that I was able to get out of the water with them. And then I guess just tried to ride really, really hard. I guess I was with Julie for most of the time, but I really tried to make sure that I could keep the gap as small as possible. But when you're riding against someone like Taylor Knibb, it's not so easy. But you know, it's the closest I've been for a while. So getting out on that run, I had a little bit of belief that I could overcome the deficit, but just started to feel really sick in that last lap, and it just all came undone. But you know, I don't know, I went for it. So I'm proud of how I raced today and went for it. Didn't pan out in the end in result, but I mean, I gave it everything I had.
This is such a brutal sport. I mean, sport in general is brutal, right? The difference between a world title and a second place, it's so black and white. Everything is there. And one moment, you're having tears for Ash Gentle because it was so close and such a heartful effort. And then you got to just shout for somebody who etches their name in the history books. Taylor Knibb, first ever moonshot victory, world title, stuff of dreams.
There you go, Taylor Knibb, the T100 World Champion. We get to do it all again. We get to find out who our first ever men's T100 World Champion is. Come back and join us for that. Dubai, the city of gold, where today the world's best triathletes come together to crown the world champion. Martin van Riel heads the start line as a strong favourite, with a podium finish securing him the title. But after his shock second place in Las Vegas, his competitors will be sensing blood. Lying in wait, Magnus Ditlev will be looking to re-find his early season form, and alongside him, Kyle Smith, Yuri Kulin and Sam Long will be fired up in an anything can happen race. It's the final 100K of the season, and the top 5 can all dare to dream.
Preparation's been good. I've been just continuing along at the same route, and I've been very steady throughout the year, and I believe I'll be steady again. And so I'm not making a big thing about this race. I just come out, I do what I'm capable of.
Being the favorite obviously brings a bit of extra pressure, but I don't feel it too much. I know if I have my day that I can beat everyone. So I know I have it in my own control, in my own hands, and that I'm not gonna need luck or whatever to do this result. So I know it's in me, so if I execute a good race, I don't have to watch anyone else.
It's been a good season so far, from winning the first race in Miami that really kicked off the T100 season extremely well for me, and since then I've been super hooked on it, and it has been, unfortunately, I had an issue in Singapore, a crash, so it has been a bit up and down, but I'm hoping to end on a good note.
I just want the race to kind of come around because I'm in good shape and I want to, toe the line. It's always a good feeling. I had that at the start of the season after a big training block, and now I've got it again here. Yeah, so I've just been sort of full focus for this last block of the season, and yeah, I've kind of come here and there's a lot of tired athletes here, which is sort of, I guess, added to my eagerness to race.
Yeah, I think personally, I mean, I'm racing always for winning and for winning the overall series, and I think it will be. Of course, I have a chance of winning the overall series on Sunday, but it will require, I would say, Martin to have a day below his normal average.
I have to win, and for Martin to get 5th or less. And obviously, where Martin finishes is out of my control, but you know, I'm going to put my best foot forward to try and get as many points as I can, and yeah, sort of let the rest unfold.
I just try to focus mainly on myself. I mean, everything else, it's not under your own control. It's not under my control what any of my competitors do. I know I'm in great shape. I know that if I race it smart, I hopefully can end on that podium and get the title, whatever anyone else does.
I'm hoping to lift the banner at the end of the race, and yeah, if I do that, then it'll be little Kyle's dream and my dream come true. So yeah, giving it everything for that.
20 superhumans are minutes away from a race which could define their careers. Their life's work could come down to the next 3 hours. The question is, who can hold their nerve for a last battle here in the desert?
On your mark.
A little bit of a slow start for Martin van Riel, as you can see closest to your screen. He does have a little bit of work to do to get back to the front of this swim, but being the swimmer he is, he's already there straight away. Martin van Riel taking this swim out hard early. You can see Kyle Smith in the red cap with the white sleeves and blue swimsuit. He's directly next to Yuri Kulin. Mathis Margier is the man in the white cap behind Yuri Kulin, and you can't see him now, but just to the right of the screen, Magnus Ditlev was there also.
We can already see there is an athlete really quite far back, and we are only a couple of minutes into this race, and at this point you'd have to say the high likelihood is that is Sam Long.
Our first men come into a transition to Aaron Royal leading them out, Rico Bogan, Alistair Brownlee, Martin van Riel, Fred Funk.
Yuri Kulin was right in there as well.
Kyle Smith a little bit further back in that group. Justus Nieuwslag was there as well. Interestingly, Jan, the wily veteran Alistair Brownlee lost his swim cap, but so did German young gun Rico Bogan, the world champion, who, in my opinion, struggles in the heat probably more than anyone else in this field. So maybe a smart move from Rico to lose that cap during the swim.
Well, he lost it on lap 2, so he probably looked over at Alistair and was like, oh, that's a good idea. But let's watch this transition, not super smooth by Martin, making sure everything goes in the box, choosing to put his socks on first, which will help him in transition 2. That's a smart move. Alistair Brownlee straight out, not taking that time.
You can see
and
Kyle
thank
Smith.
God, Kyle Smith has got a liner in that suit.
Inspired from Christian Blumenfeld's Tokyo Olympic gold medal winning suit, I'm told.
Martin van Riel is the last of the group.
And here we have a replay of what must have happened because Alistair was out. Yes, exactly. Something must have come up, which might have been his nutrition. And you sure as anything don't want to miss that.
Absolutely right, Jan. He knocked a bottle off just going up the ramp there before heading onto his bike.
So Kyle Smith has managed to just bit by bit, metre by metre, second by second, as he jumps over that speed bump and loses his bottle. Not again, that happened yesterday too. Then nearly hits the cone. That's not a good sign for Kyle Smith.
This is complicated. He just has to stay calm. I've heard that it was so hot that the tyres were 47 degrees down in transition. The seat post actually, and not really a puncture. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is a bit of a shocker, but I mean, he bridged the gap once, so hopefully he can do it again.
Alistair Brownlee taking the lead, and this is not on the first 500 meters of the run. He is out on the bike, putting the hurt on the field. It's a great sign, honestly. Couldn't be happier for the guy.
This is it. This is where the race is going to get really serious. We've got different tactics. Some guys have already got socks on, so Martin will probably get out really fast. But let's have a look. Let's have a look how they look off the run. Rico looks great, really light on his feet. Freddie, he has a more kind of shorter stance and more of a strength runner, but they all look good. I think they probably slowed on the last part of the ride, and they're just getting ready for the real deal. And here, talking about the real deal, here he comes. So Martin's obviously got socks on already. He's going to be out really fast. They've got different tactics. So Kyle here has to put his socks on. He's got everything, all the white suit. The sun is really tapping down on these athletes now, and Martin is already off. Martin and Rico, classic. Rico always so fast to get out, and hopefully this time he can kind of hold it back. Freddie out in third, and Matisse and Carl together.
Now we're seeing Carl Smith just slowly make his way up to the front as well. The exact trio that we saw run together for the entire 18 kilometers in San Francisco. Martin Van Riel just taking his time off the bike. That is Alistair Brownlee's shoe. So he was right at the front off the bike and then had to go back to get that shoe to avoid a littering penalty.
Kyle Smith is dropping. Martin Van Riel is making a very, very clear move here at the front of the race. Rico Bogan, the young German 70.3 world champion, fighting to hang on. And Kyle Smith, one of the big pre-race favourites, he's dropping. Can Martin Van Riel finish this decisive move and end Kyle Smith's chance of winning here today? Martin Van Riel is making one final move, one final big move to try and drop the young German Rico Bogan. It's 10 metres, 12 metres. Is this the final decisive move of the day from Martin Van Riel, or can Rico Bogan fight back one last time? Alistair Brownlee makes the pass on Kyle Smith. Don't think he had any idea it was that Alistair Brownlee had hit the deck though. Here we're going to get a replay to see exactly what happened. So Alistair Brownlee, as he goes to the, it was a little bit of gravel. Did Kyle Smith, Kyle Smith did see it. Will that do anything to his mentality? Alistair Brownlee and Kyle Smith, both of their faces, you can see how badly they're suffering up this hill. Man, it looks like Kyle Smith has cracked. It looks like Alistair Brownlee has cracked Kyle Smith. He looks over his shoulder and sees that he has distanced Kyle Smith. This is a huge moment in today's race, and Kyle Smith is gone. That's the podium right there. And Martin Van Riel, his debut season on the T100 World Tour, the debut season of the T100 World Tour. A three-time champion, the biggest of them all here at Dubai in the grand final. He is your champion and new world champion, Martin Van Riel, everybody. And what a race from this young German sensation. He has proved everyone wrong. All of us here in commentary included. Rico Bogan, second place at the grand final here in Dubai. What a performance from the young German. And maybe no story is as heartwarming as this. Alistair Brownlee fighting like he has never fought before on the T100 World Tour. Third place for Alistair Brownlee here at the T100 Grand Final in Dubai. What a moment for Alistair Brownlee.
I was just thinking about winning that race by Enrico. I mean, I have to say that I think no one really counted on him because everyone's like riding him off when it's warm. And he really was putting on the pressure already on the bike with all the corners and even like the little bridges up and down. Was like a harmonica the whole time, which made it actually really tough. But yeah, another good battle. I'm really glad that I came out on top, and to be the first one on the list. Yeah, that's super exciting. But I hope I can also be one of the next ones as well.
I don't think I didn't speed up. I just couldn't run fast enough. I just haven't been able to do the training to be able to run. So I was like, do you know what? I've got what I've got here, and I'm going to keep running, hopefully, at this pace and people come back to me. I can't do anything about it, really.
Talk to me about how this season's been.
Yeah, it's been lots of downs and a few small ups, but at least it finished on an up.
It proved the world that I can handle the heat, and yeah, it really challenged me that so many said, yeah, it's too hot for me, and we worked out the whole team with me, and yeah, now here second place at the grand final in Dubai. It's really amazing.
Yeah, one part absolutely stoked, and one part, you know, just left wondering a little bit to get out, just left off the podium, and but I can only be happy with how I gave it everything today. I'm absolutely stoked with my season. I want to thank T100 for giving me an opportunity to be, you know, this is literally career changing. I mean, to be second in the world right now after riding the wildcard system all year, and now I can set sights on next year and hopefully try and clinch the world title next year when I can sort of set my stall out a little bit better.
What a moment there for the brand new world champion, Martin Van Riel. Winning today, he cemented his spot at the top of the overall standings in 2024, his first ever world championship crown.
now.